Hello there. I'm Sean B.W. Parker from Empowering the Innocent TV. And today we have a special where we're talking about the very famous Postmasters miscarriages of justice, wrongful convictions, and also with an extension into the case of Mr. Robin Garbutt, who was jailed for life about 12 to 15 years ago for the murder of his wife, Diana, about which there's a massive amount of exculpatory evidence, which we'll get to as we go through the case. And he was a postmaster, you see. But here in front of you on the screen, you'll see Mr. Lee Castleton and Janet Skinner and Dave and Seema and Dr. Michael Naughton as well from the University of Bristol, ETI, my colleague, and Jane Metcalfe, who's Robin Garbutt's representative on Earth whilst he's incarcerated. So we're going to kick off with a couple of stories into what happened, some that you do know and some that you might not. Lee Castleton, would you give us a little history of the Postmasters situation?
Yeah, sure. Over the last 25 years, we've been fighting for justice because the post office and central government instituted a new computer system. It was flawed. They knew it was flawed. It led to losses in branches. Some people were convicted of theft because of those losses. Some people were bankrupted. Some people paid monies that they didn't owe. It ruined thousands of lives. And in general, there was a huge miscarriage of justice. We fought for over 20 years to clear our names, really.
And what happened to you personally through this?
So I bought a post office in 2003 and everything was hunky-dory. It was great. First 9 months we were fine. And then we started having losses. We had continuous losses or gains, various differences in balance for 12 weeks. I asked for an audit and I knew that was the only way to change the path that we were on. The post office sent their auditors, told me that I owed them £25,000. We argued and fought over that money for about 18 months in letters. And then they decided to take me to the High Court, where they spent £321,000 and ruined me, really. They presented a case to court that, in my opinion, was false. The evidence that we now see was based on false facts. And, it still stands today. That case is still a matter of the High Court. And hopefully that will change very soon. Yeah.
I understand that you made 91 calls to the Horizon helpline. Is that correct, Steph?
I would say that's probably, on the good side. It was certainly more than 91. But to the helpline itself, recorded calls, yeah, it certainly was. I have nothing to hide. I've nothing to hide, just begged for help, really.
Yeah. And what's the impact on yourself and the family these days?
Well, these days we're in a lot better place. Life's been very good to us lately, and we've worked really hard to sort of pull ourselves back up by our bootstraps, but not with any help from the post office, not from any help really from the government. It's been dogged hard work on the family's behalf, and it shouldn't have to be like that. It shouldn't have to be that way.
No, that's it. Thank you very much. Janet Skinner, could you tell us a little bit about what happened to you?
Yeah, I worked for the post office from 1994. Took it on as a part-time position. Had small kids in school and in nursery, so it was just part-time. Worked my way up, and I became like branch manager in 2000, and then I was offered the opportunity to take the offices over that I was branch manager at, to become a postmistress of them in 2004. My shortfalls began severely in December 2005, and I was showing a loss of over £7,000. I'd made 114 calls to the helpline. We called it the hell line, not the helpline, because you very, very, very rarely got any help anyway. What they was reading to you was what you was reading yourself in the booklets that's provided when the Horizon system was initially rolled out. I then in May 2006, my shortfall was quite severe. £45,000 it had accumulated to. I wasn't in a position to be able to pay that kind of money. I just didn't have that kind of money. I had a meeting with 2 branch managers who came to see me. I requested an audit, and the audit was done on the 31st of May 2006 with my suspension with immediate effect. The keys was removed from me. I was searched when I left the premises, and mine just fell into. I was suspended in May. I received a letter in the August to attend the court, saying that the shortfalls of the system was my responsibility. I had to pay the losses. I had a 3.5-hour interview on the 1st of June 2006, straight after my closure, where, to be fair, the only thing that was interested in is what did you do with the money? Where did it go? I mean, since then, the 2 auditors that actually interviewed me have both given evidence to the inquiry. And it turns out that there was actually no evidence of theft from me whatsoever. But they decided to offer me a plea bargain, which is what they've done with a lot of cases. They've offered a plea bargain, putting the fear factor of you going to prison. And I think what they've done, as I've learned over the years, is they've done that to secure a prosecution, and it was the only way that they was able to get money back from you through proceeds of crime. I was sent to prison in February 2007 with immediate effect of custody. I got a 9-month prison sentence. Didn't tell my kids. My kids knew I was going to court, but they didn't know the severity, because, to be fair, neither did I at the time. And I mean, again, I've later found out that what I pleaded guilty to, false accounting, it actually comes under the Theft Act. And I never knew that until 2020, until our legal team was fighting our case through the appeal courts. And that's when I found out the severity of what I pleaded guilty to. And yeah, I went to prison, came out in the April of 2007, tried to get on with my life, moved house, because I lost my house in October 2007 because of it. And then the following year, I had some friend contact me. I'd got a temporary contract with a heating company in Hull. And this friend rang me and said, "Janet, you're in the paper." And I said, "What do you mean?" And he said, "You're in the Old Daily Mail." I said, "For what?" So he said, "Non-payment of proceeds of crime." So I was like, "Nah." I said, "Because when my house was sold, they'd put the profit that was going to be made from it was £11,000. So I just assumed when the sale went through, this money had gone to the post office. It turned out, actually, no, it didn't. Because I'd settled my mortgage quite early. I had quite a huge penalty, and they'd taken everything. So I ended up back in court again in 2008. I had to answer to a warrant in Sheffield, where I was arrested, handcuffed, took into cells, spent the full day in cells. The judge literally, as I'm walking upstairs, I remember one of the guards saying to me, "What, you in for their drugs?" Because they thought I was in for a drug-related crime. And I said, "No, for proceeds of crime." But that judge on that day wanted to send me back to prison for 5 years. So, I mean, the position that other people are in, like Robin and everybody who were in the position of where they could have been incarcerated for a lot longer, that could have been me. My legal team literally fought to get me released that day, which I was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But then I had to attend Hull Crown Court, and then I had to transfer the case back to Hull Crown Court because I was being tried in 2 different courts. That concluded the 28th of August 2008, and 10 days later, I ended up in hospital. I'd had basically my immune system broke down. It attacked itself, and I was paralysed from the neck down. And they told me I'd never walk again. And I spent 4 months in hospital.
Unbelievable! It's just awful.
Amazing story. Thank you, Janet. So now we'll come back, I'm sure, in a bit.
That's okay.
to Dave and Seema. Do you want to tell us what happened to you?
So yeah, we all have been entrepreneur. Like since 2000, we were doing our own businesses and we're doing very well. And as expanding, we 2005 we bought a post office and a shop. It was a massive, good opportunity, massive shop, nearly 3,000 square foot shop with the post office and the location. We fell in love with it. It's like a really good opportunity. And but we didn't know what we were signing up to. Then with that's like very first day I had a shortfall of just under £100. It's around £80. And we get trainers for first 2 weeks. And the trainer said to me, "You just had an immediate yesterday, it's now penny to penny." And I was thinking, why wouldn't it penny to penny? But he said, like, but it's my responsibility that there's a good. So I have to go to the shop floor, take money from the shop and put it in the till. But next day, there was a shortfall again. And he was like very, very careless. He said, like, on Wednesday when we do balancing, it should be balanced out, then you take the money out. I said, that's strange. But that didn't happen on Wednesday. He gone. The next trainer came in and I told him, like, this has been happening for 1 week. And he was very concerned. He said, it shouldn't happen. Let's see how it goes. And he was there, like, watching each and every single transaction. On Wednesday, there was a shortfall. And he's doing. He's in the helpline. He said, like, he'd been there for a week and we didn't transaction directly. There's around a £200 shortfall. And they asked him to do the system. And guess what? He never done. And he was shocked as well. And he said, like, when I was giving the post office, there were no, the managers weren't there. So he ordered that, but he said, this is helpline, just check with them. Like, he called. Just check with them and it will be, he just went there. So, like, can you stay on a week? He said he can't. Then the shortfall was going there. Within 2 months' time, I said to my area manager, I can't run the business like that. You never told me that I had to give my own money to go to your post office. This is fair. Just get this sorted out. This in the post office. That's okay. We sent the trainer. That's brilliant. Whatever needs to do, get it sorted. And as a when will be coming, there's a big transfer, you're going to be surprised with it. Okay, very soon, I think within a matter of days, they already came in and we were very happy that, at least they will find a shortfall and everything.
They took a while to come, and we are pushing our area manager. We need this auditor ASAP. Forget about surprise visit. This post office in a mess. Could you please do something to send them and so they can pinpoint when we're doing some real transactions?
Yeah.
Anyway, so when they come,
that was like, we won't happy that it will be sorted. We won't have any more shortfall. So they was putting money in they made a shortfall of just 45,000. I said, okay, but like my is very cool. They were more taller than me. I'm putting weight now, like, that time was very scary. And if we got enough bounce back, this is constantly, looked down on me, said, Mrs. Misra, this is yours. Your area manager kindly agreed to take the money out of your salary. And each time you were £500 short, we take the post office away. And then my area manager called me, Mrs. Misra, we're doing fine. It's just you something an issue with. I said, oh my God. Then I remembered, there's an option of, individual tail. I asked if I'm individual tail to pinpoint, which staff member need extra training and all that. But short, it was a mess. No help was given at all. And then this is 2005.
no help.
Yes, just a threat. And then in 2008, auditor came in after 7 years. Auditor came in. I didn't think there will be a shortfall because, and they're putting money in, like from the shop money was going just in the post office. So they jewelry and everything. And 2008, when they came in, I told them there will be a shortfall. They suspended me. And in that, there's like story as well, but that's going to take a bit longer. So they suspended me in January 2008. And we were trying to sell the business. We knew we have a huge equity in the business. So when that is fine, it will be all cleared and we can just get away. And that's this chapter of our life. But then in December 2008, I've been summoned to court. I mean, someone to court. That was a shock. I said, wow, like I said, instead of sorting this out, going to the court. Anyway, I pleaded not guilty for the theft charges, but my first solicitor asked me to plead guilty. I said to him, why should I plead guilty for the crime I never committed? He said, for the lesser sentence. I said, no, I won't be able to do with that. Like, I will do justice. It's like, fair and justice system. I can see or tell, like, every million that they haven't just seen that penny. They're talking about 80,000 pounds, they will see 20. So it took all the time. But then the case dragged on for the next 2 years to the non-disclosure issue. My case was adjourned quite a few times. But like luckily, day before the actual trial, first trial, I found I didn't win the only one. So there's like through Hamilton, that was a relief. That was a relief. I would cry, like, at least, you will not, I was not mad. I was not mad. I mean, it was like, post office doesn't need that I do. And like, that was relief. We've been fighting case quite a few times. I think 3 times my case was just adjourned due to non-disclosure from post office. And then in 2010, the trial went on. Due on the whatever partial information we were had, my legal team and our IT expert. Case carried on. The jury were called. Then we lost the case. And then in 2010, when my Anderson went further and being 8 weeks pregnant, I was sentenced 15 months imprisonment.
And as the judge saying, there is no, so when the jury, they come for their verdict. So judge says, I need to give my submission as well. And judge saying to jury, there is no evidence against her. There is no witness against her. No facts which she's having any luxurious lifestyle or something.
And any money.
Jury decide her fate. I have a big question mark in the judicial system in UK. How can you send somebody in the prison with the judge saying no witness, no evidence? I just can't understand that part. And on top of that, how this big company, they do everything to win the case by hook or crook. So to misguide the jury, what they're doing, they give the piece of paper to everybody, and they're all white jury. Even though our solicitor, she's white, she came to us, Mr. Misra, do you think we need to add some different jury, different colored people in there? I said, no, man, it's okay. I have a faith, They are, so I have a faith in them. I'm not going to do some this racism things at all. So we should be okay. I didn't realize it came in our
bundle, I think
there's bundle. So the paper they given to jury, it says on top in a block, bold letter, Queen versus Seema Misra. Post office versus Seema Misra. Queen versus Seema Misra. And that shows you clearly challenge somebody in nationalism. If it's me sitting in a white jury, even Seema is guilty or not guilty, it doesn't matter to me. I can't let my queen down. Simple. End of story. So they do everything, They well in the public, I'm sure you heard and seen a lot of things, which we can't even our coming generation, when they came to know the story, they're not going to believe.
They're not going to believe
that this thing happened in this country.
So like our Anderson country, we didn't tell you what happened. Where till the